Welcome back, guys, to an episode of Josh's Comics. In today's video, we're going to check out some DC books, Batman and Superman only, mostly Silver Age, some keys, some classic covers, and some random issues that I recently picked up on Instagram a few months back. I cannot wait to show you guys what I added to collection, so stay tuned for this next episode. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, picked up some nice Silver Age, mostly Silver Age, DC books. This is nothing but Batman and Superman. Some really great iconic covers. Of course, not that one. That's on a grail list of mine, but eventually. But some great covers, and some nice little keys too, and then some random odd issues. But again, to the three guys who I mostly buy from, 360 Comics, Pope of Shillingtown, and Brickso Comics. Every time I get a chance to mention them, I do, and that's why I do most of my shopping on their Instagram claim sales. So shout out to them for helping me add in some big books. Recently picked up the biggest book so far of the year, Batman 251, iconic Neal Adams Joker cover. So it's been a good year. Let's keep riding. Let's jump into the haul. Let's start off. And I got this from, I'm going value-wise. So I'm going from the book that's probably the least amount of value up to the highest. Let's start off with Brave and the Bold, issue number 94. And I picked this up on a clean sale just because I thought it was a great cover. I don't think it's Neal Adams. I could be wrong about that. But great cover. I really love it, and I love the Teen Titans, and I love Batman. So anytime I can do that, you have Dick Grayson on there with Batman, and it's kind of like a like it is a constant a camp where they're putting adults rounding them up. So it's kind of controversial in a way. But I thought it was a really just great old school cover, and it was a nice little pickup for the collection. Not a key or anything, but hey, good cover. Now this is a nice little key, and this is a nicer copy than the copy I found in the dollar bins, but all about upgrading our copies and getting better. This is the second appearance of Ratcatcher and the first cover appearance of Ratcatcher, and this is Detective Comics issue number 586. Ratcatcher is a villain that is a smaller time villain. He did get mentioned in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. However, he died. His daughter took over the mantle. And I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the character, and seeing his daughter take over the mantle. I don't know. I think the actress said she wasn't in talks to return yet. She may. I hope she does. I think it's an interesting take on the character. But a nice Batman robe that goes under the radar. Maybe not his best, but I think it's interesting, and you can see, in the background with all the rats, and back during a time when Batman villains could be kind of goofy. So, great cover, second appearance and first cover. I think this was only like a $5 book or something like that, so I got that for a good steal. Teen Titans, I think, was like $10 or something. Moving on, this is a really nice Superman book. Might be one of the oldest Superman books I own. I would have to check out my collection, but this is Superman issue number 253, and this is actually a classic Neal Adams iconic cover. By the way, I still have a few more Neal Adams covers in here, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's also the first appearance of Rajay, if I'm pronouncing that right, in Alien. I believe that is the woman on the cover who Superman is getting a little hands-on with. But iconic Neal Adams cover. Neal Adams is he has to be one of my favorite. He's in my top 5 of all time, maybe even top 3 artists ever. Anytime I can pick up a Neal Adams cover, especially of a character that I love and enjoy, if the price, if I can afford it, I'm picking it up. So a nice little addition to the Superman PC, and to the Neal Adams PC and collection, you could say. Moving on, I love picking up these 80 Giants of Batman. They retell stories that are harder to get. They're like, from the first 100 to 150 issues or so. And this actually, I also love picking them up because they show off iconic covers, like Joker covers that I would love to collect. Well, this is a placeholder for some of those covers and some of these stories. And this is a good one. This is actually a star of all the sinister arc villains. But Batman, or Giant Page, 80-page Giant Batman, issue number 176. And here's what's really great about this. So, if you see down here, where my finger's moving, this reprints the story of the first Mr. Freeze. A book that I will own one day. Probably will be the last Batman Rogue I go after, because it's in a 3.0, which I would want, like a 2.0 to 3.0 range, is like a couple $1,000. So yeah, but it's also got the first appearance of Calendar Man, another Batman villain, another rogue that I feel like isn't as loved and appreciated. And then up here, it has a very sweet Joker cover that if you go to buy that single issue, you're spending thousands of dollars for a lower grade book. And then over here, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the first team up in appearance, and I forget the name of the characters, but it's a crazy. It's like a fox and an alligator, and looks like an owl or an eagle, but still great iconic covers. First appearances of rogues. I love picking up these 80 Giants, so yes, read the reprints, but it's also like a placeholder. In my opinion, these have some good value behind them, so that was a great pickup. I want to say that was a Brixo Comics, due to the tag on it, so I know I got a good deal on that. Another book that I'm pretty sure is from Brixo Comics, Batman issue number 170. When I was starting to film this, I was thinking this is my earliest issue of Batman I probably own. It's not. I'll tell you about that one in the end of the video. But, great Batman cover. I collect Batman covers that focus on his bat signal. The Bat Gadgets, Batcave, Batmobile. I'm working on that slowly. A lot of the big ones are very pricey, so it's hard to do. But this is a great one that was affordable for me. And I love how the bat symbol came from the sky and like wrapped around on Batman. I just think it's a really great cover, and happy to add it to the collection. Moving on, the next book, you've seen this quite a few times if you watch any of my previous videos in the past, and you're probably going to see it again. Because whenever I find this book, it's usually for cheap, and if it's new and mint, and I can find it for cheap, I'm buying it, because I just undervalued, underappreciated. Superman issue number 1, volume 2. And this is the reintroduction of Matella, who is this character here, who has the chest of Kryptonite shooting out. Great villain that I think is going to be used for James Gunn's DCU eventually. But I find this book, and you can find this in dollar bins all the time, new mint copies. I mean, it's like a $10, $12 book, maybe even $15 depending on where you go, but it's still a great copy. And if you can find these books new and mint, I recommend you pick them up, especially if you find them for under $5. Great cover, great story, and another great addition to the PC. Moving on, I mentioned some Neal Adams earlier, right? So here's a really nice Superman issue number 317. Another classic Neal Adams cover. That's what this book is known for. Neal does have, it's just like in Batman and his run of Batman, he has a bunch of classic covers. Superman as well. There's some. This is considered a key, even though it's not. But it's considered a key for Neal Adams artwork. It's kind of interesting because it's like, okay, so you would think some of the Neal Adams artwork, if not all of it, would be keys, but only some of it. And it's like, it's kind of like Adam Hughes. You look at Adam Hughes' full Wonder Woman cover run. Yeah, he's got a few good keys in there that have key significance, like first appearances of a character or something. But then sometimes it's just basic artwork, which is a key. Cool. But why only some of them? And some are even better than others. And I say Neal Adams has some even better. And then this is a good cover, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he has even better covers that are not considered keys or high value. And it's crazy the way how things are. But regardless, anytime I can find a cover of Neal Adams, whether it's on Key Collector, whether it's considered a key or pricey, or even if it's not, like if it's in good shape, I'm picking it up. I love Neal Adams' artwork, and it sums up all the way. This book, this is a bit of a more modern book. We've been doing some good Silver Age stuff, and like I said, have a few books that are in here in different range. And this is a really great modern book, and I feel like it's undervalued, underappreciated. This is Batman issue number 570 from the No Man's Land run, which is a phenomenal run, by the way. And excuse me. And this is the second appearance of Harley Quinn in the DC main storytelling universe. So her first appearance was in Batman the Animated Series issue number 12, which is the animated universe. Well, this is the DC official universe storytelling. So this is her second appearance. I believe her first appearance is in Joker and Harley Quinn's number one shot, and I believe that's the iconic Alex Ross cover, and that's her first appearance in DC continuity story arc telling. So this is her second in the DC universe. First of all, great cover too, great Joker cover. It sucks because Harley is not on the cover, not what she was, but great Joker cover, but also great second appearance, undervalued, underappreciated. And we all know Harley Quinn is well loved, and she's going to be around for a long time, so that's a great pickup. And moving on to the last book, which you saw in the very beginning, I've been picking up great Joker covers recently. That's another project of mine, working on Joker covers. Silver Age to Golden Age is tough. Very pricey. I can sometimes find good deals, but I have to be careful because of the price ranges. And I would like to own some of them someday, but we'll see. I mean, because I could easily drop a couple grand on a lower grade Joker cover. It's insane. So I tend to, test the waters. Bricksco Comics. He also, and 360 does as well, but Bricksco is more of a Joker guy, I would say. He does all the Golden Age Jokers, Silver Age, and whenever he has duplicates or he has lower grade, and that's my thing here on the show, you know that by now if you've been watching, lower grade is better than no grade. What I can afford, and I'm okay with lower grade, especially in Silver Age. When you get to modern, yeah, I need higher grade. But this book is a beauty. Batman issue number 145. This is probably, well, no, I don't know, because I have a Detective Comics number 92. That might be my earliest issue of Batman, but this is either my earliest or my second earliest. Batman 145, not a key, but a great Joker cover, Silver Age Joker cover, one of the more affordable ones, and I'm surprised because it has two Jokers on the cover, two Batmans, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a little undervalued. I mean, I'm glad I got it for what I did. I want to say I spent like $90 on this. I honestly cannot remember. I will say this is the lower grade. Like, you can tell by looking at the cover for sure. You know, it's got some ticks. It's got its creases. It's actually a detached cover, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Which, hey, I'm cool with. I mean, I could always upgrade and get a attached cover, but I'd have to probably fork out a little bit more money. I'm happy with this book, though. Even if it's detached. Probably won't send this in for grading or anything like that, but it's a great cover to own. And Joker covers all day long, man. Batman 251 off the grill list, so we're doing it. And I actually picked this. Some of these books I've recently picked up. This book I actually picked up last year. I do have quite a few. This stack right here, and a portion of this are books that I picked up last year, guys. I'm behind on videos. One video a week for me, but we're eventually going to get to all this stuff. And I've recently picked up some stuff. I have a big Batman that I teased a month ago. I think that's going to be in next week's haul. I think I'm going to make that finally official. If you're on Instagram, I think I'm going to post it up in the next couple of days so you get a preview of that. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet. I will be doing you'll see a picture of what book I'm talking about, but the official video on it will be dropping. And it's a 9.8 slab of a big first appearance in Batman, in a way. And I can't wait to show it off. But anyway, enough rambling on. A great haul. Mostly Silver Age, with a few, we say bronze, copper for Teen Titans. Maybe that's silver. Second Harley Quinn is obviously a more modern book, I would say, but great covers. Whether the keys or not, I'm happy to add this stuff into the DC side of the collection. Batman, Joker covers, Superman, Neal Adams artwork. I want to do a video maybe later this year. I'll do a video on like my top. I probably got more than 10, but I want to do a video like maybe on my best Neal Adams covers in my collection. I think that'd be a cool video to do. But anyway, enough rambling on. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps out the algorithm and it helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. We're doing real good for subscribers. I want to hit 800 by the end of this year. I think it's doable. I think we just hit 450. So I appreciate that, guys. Hit that like button as well. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the haul, about these books. I know some of you who are my regular viewers tune in to see my Batmans and the DC side of things. But, just let me know what you guys thought. And, yeah. Until next time, guys. Stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you on the next episode of Josh's Comics.